What's up guys, this is Sharmin here. In this video, I'm going to talk about American Revolution. Alright, so let's get started. So the American Revolution was an ideological and political revolution that occurred in British America between 1765 and 1791. So here is some worksheets, guys. This is the fill in the blanks. The colonists would dash or destroy British goods as a form of. Number two, Parliament passed taxation dash, requiring colonies to pay for a stamp on printed papers. Number three, King George III wanted no colonial representation in dash. Number four, there were 56 dash at the dash in 1774. A dash is an official announcement dealing with an important matter. Number six, colonists who wanted taxes to be dashed were often violent toward tax collectors. Number seven, a dash is to purposely kill a number of people in a cruel way with no warning. Number eight, the Townshend Act taxed tea dash by the colonies without the colonist consent. So here's some vocabulary that is the word bank act as a law and imported to bring into a country, especially for sale. Protest, an action that shows disapproval or an objection to something. Boycott, to protest by refusing to use or buy a good or service. Massacre, the murder of several or many people who cannot defend themselves. Repealed, to cancel or undo a law. Delegates, people who represent others at a convention or conference. Parliament, the lawmaking part of the British government, similar to the Congress in the United States. First Continental Congress, the meeting of delegates from 12 colonies held to present complaints to King George III to set up a boycott of British goods and to arrange a second meeting if needed. Proclamation, an official public announcement. So overview, that is the Americans in the 13 colonies formed independent states that defeated the British in the American Revolutionary War 1775 to 1783, gaining independence from the British Crown and establishing the United States as the first nation state founded on Enlightenment principles of constitutionalism and liberal democracy. The war ended in 1783 and was followed by a period of prosperity. The national government was still operating under the Articles of Confederation and settled the issue of the Western Territories, which the states ceded to Congress. So American settlers moved rapidly into these areas, with Vermont, Kentucky, and Tennessee becoming states in the 1790s. The Quaternary Acts, that is the 1765, the British Parliament passed a new law called the Quartering Act. An act is a law. The Quartering Act ordered the colonies to provide quarters or places to live for British troops. The colonists also had to give the soldiers food, fuel, and transportation. The Quartering Act angered angered the colonists and they began to protest or object to this act. In October of 1765, nine colonies sent delegates to a special gathering in New York. This meeting became known as the Stamp Act Congress. In March of 1766, Parliament repealed the law, but Parliament let the colonies know that it still believed in its right to tax them. The Boston Massacre. In 1770, the colonists remained angry that British troops were living in their towns and cities. They thought that the soldiers were rowdy and rude, and they were also upset when soldiers took jobs away from them. On the cold night of March 5, 1770, violence erupted in Boston. Within moments, 5 people lay dead or dying, and six more were wounded. This tragic event became known as the Boston Massacre, as silversmith named Paul Revere made an engraving or an image etched into metal of the massacre. In 1772, Adams helped form a permanent committee of correspondence in Massachusetts. So this group wanted to unite the colonists to protest against British actions. And Boston Tea Party, that is in response to the Boston Massacre, Parliament repealed all taxes of the colonies except the tax on tea. Although the colonists loved tea, many boycotted it because of the tax. On December 16, 1773, a group of men dressed as Native Americans boarded ships in Boston Harbor. They opened 342 chests of tea and dumped the tea into the water. The intolerable acts, that is, after the Boston Tea Party, Parliament passed several laws called the Coercive Act, and British wanted the coercive air force and colonies to obey Great Britain. Many colonies said that they could not tolerate or accept this harsh law. The colonists called these laws the Intolerable Acts. So in September of 1774, the First Continental Congress was held, and leaders from every colony except Georgia met in Philadelphia. So here's this, guys. Here's a question. Number one: what was the American Revolution and why did it happen? Well, the American Revolution was an epic political and military struggle waged between 1765 and 1791 when 13 of Britain's North American colonies rejected its imperial rule. The protest began in opposition to taxes levied without colonial representation by the British monarchy and parliament. Another question: what were the main causes of American Revolution? So, Taxation Act and Boston Massacre and Boston Tea Party, intolerable acts were the four main causes that lead to the American Revolution. So, guys, yeah, that's all for today. Thank you for watching and see you soon with another new video. Keep watching, keep practicing, and good luck your history test. Thank you so much, guys.